PTR stuff. Okay, so they're happy with the final 3 bosses of Sepulchre. Did admit they weren't completely free of bugs, but overall it was smooth for the people who went through in all difficulties, and they would like to do more of it. Now, data mining does make some things a bit strange, especially with the story, but nobody knows where that story fragment is. Then they say that shifts all focus onto the cinematic itself rather than the whole story that's being told in context. That is true. It is certainly very easy for people to take a shred of dialogue and take it out of context. I think one of the great examples of that was, I think it was Arthas. Do you remember those lines people were thinking, oh shit, does this refer to Anduin or does this refer to Arthas?
Oh yeah, the Sylvanas lines, yeah.
Yeah, some of those Sylvanas lines that really like... I do feel you had to be pretty bad faith to take the bad reading of that. Yeah. But I suppose it does just mean they're open to that. But Ian said they're working on new encryption technology and ways to test parts of upcoming content while hiding others. I'm so happy to hear that, Ian. I'm so happy to hear that. I want to be able to make less videos about the PTR from a narrative perspective.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, and sure, it's gonna... oh no, us and Wowhead will get less clicks. Uh-oh,
no.
Who gives a fuck? It means the game's better. That's what's important. That actually means whenever these story beats come out, we're excited for them. We don't already know, so I think that's just great. And that is a tricky thing. There's an arms race. Because sure, we could just pretend a PTR doesn't exist, but the reality is that it does. And that even creates a tricky situation where I could take that stance, but then it means that any bit of content that I do and the thing comes out is completely out of date.
Yep.
And that content is putting the fucking food in people's tables. So I literally don't have an option to ignore PTR for story.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not even like...
Because basically Blizzard cut the fucking arms race out with encryption, encrypt the fuck out of everything, and to hear that they could be doing that's great.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing where it's... I think I was talking this a bit earlier today, but the concept of realities, right? I promise it's going somewhere.
Oh boy.
So you can adjust, like, okay... Everyone's experience is what feeds back into World of Warcraft and the community and how it's developed and stuff like that. You can alter your own personal experience, be that through turning off add-ons or not engaging in data mining, and that's going to improve your situation generally. But I think the thing that we're dealing with is we're all collectively dealing with the downfall of how reality itself, like actual objective reality, if such a thing exists, has progressed, which is everyone engages in data mining, everyone engages in add-ons, and you can't control everyone else's perceived reality, only your own. Which means it's not like the problem is that data mining exists right now, or that add-ons exist right now. The problem is that they have existed for years, and we're feeling all of the negative impact. Where it's like, World of Warcraft's like narrative beats don't suddenly get healed if none of them are data mined, or if none of them are in PTR. There's still like loads of attitudes and stuff that'll be a problem. Same with like if add-ons are cut off tomorrow, there's a lot of damage dealt. So it's like, I think it's fine that people have freedom and they can engage with things however they want, and that might be an improvement. Go for it. But not everyone's going to do that, and you kind of have to engage with that fact, unfortunately.
Yes. Ultimately, it's the information landscape.
Yeah.
And the only person who can truly change that is Blizzard. So encrypt the fuck out of it. Go wild. Yep. I think we will all thank you for it.
Indeed.
And I imagine your own team will be very happy about that.
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it, Neil. It's like secondhand smoking, except you can't just walk away from the people smoking. That's very much what it's like, actually, yeah.